Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of Nosson on Bamidbar. And in general, of course, we know that this week is the count week. This tremendous count happens here, and we spoke about it with Tzaddik, what's it about, a little bit of Mana also, but Tzaddik also. So, we are also doing this special count, Sefiras haomer. And you can say it's a little bit of a remnants. Everyone has their count to do. It says, each person has to count for themselves, because in the postscript, if someone counts for you, that's the bracha. So the counting is not clear with Yotzi before. Unless it says the deeper meaning of that, one of the deeper meanings of that is, we each count, we have our own way we count. And I can't compare myself to someone else.
And so someone only could say a bracha for you?
No, that's the thing. If someone counted for each machlokes, whether or not it works.
But if you said, meaning, that's
what
I'm saying, bracha works for sure. Then
but saying, Shema Yisrael I can say for you, you don't say. But Sefiras haomer, Svata Lachem, La'atzmachem, that limud could be, you're not allowed. So it's a machlokes, you have to recount without a bracha. But actually, it's not so. So that's because we each count in our own, and you pashas can't be motzimi. That's you can't be motzimi. Not so clean. Why should you be motzimi? You have to be motzimi myself. And every person has their own avoda. My avoda, according to how hard it is, according to things holding me back, that's how chashav it is. Your avoda is a totally different world. It's nothing to do with my avoda. It doesn't prove anything. What you do and what I do, two totally separate things. They have nothing to do with each other. Totally irrelevant. Everyone has their koach, everyone has their inyan. So, in terms of Sefiras haomer, like we learned already about a little bit, we're trying to bring back the oros of Pesach, well, I'll say that. That's why, again, the Baditchev, I believe, says that's why we don't do Shechionu Sefiras haomer. We say Moldoris, like we spoke about, I believe. Right? Say Moldoris, what do you say? You said Shechionu Leil Seder. You don't say again. Of course, we can bring a new, or after that. Now we're just bringing back the oros from matzah, from the wine, and bring a little bit more in. That's one of the most central kavanas. Not that they bring the siddur and the Svat Lachem, like the Frisch, another book, Svat Lachem. It's just one particular tzad of one of the kavanas that's easiest to sink your teeth into, as it were. Right? Giving to the malchus, whatever it is. But the Maisa, all the rest of them, there's a whole bunch more, which are just totally, more than half a dozen. Totally other things. This thing, and this thing, and this thing. The most merkazi thing is that somehow or another you're bringing back the lights that happened. We got Leil Seder, we're bringing it back, we're restoring it. And the lights that we brought Leil Seder were, Bekitzer, we have to deal with the katnus aleph, gadlus aleph, we'll see what they are in a minute. Katnus base, gadlus base. And Shavuos is going to be katnus gimel, gadlus gimel. So very, very Bekitzer, we were speaking a little about this before. Right? Rav Nosson explains that emunah, he said emunah is the mechin, it's called gadlus. You want to get to get to emunah. And katnus is when the person is not quite so with emunah. He said that's why people in katnus are very drawn to philosophy. He said because he thinks I can understand. And he said that's a very dangerous attitude. If you think you can understand, so things get a little blurry about what the line is, what can I do, what do I do, what don't I do. It's not so easy. I understand. He said that very often the person who doesn't understand, he's the smallest head in the world. Like he thinks he knows. Like a person has kasha emunah, right? He has kashas, let's say. So there are two mahalachim that come out of Nosson, right? The first way, or at least two that came up with, thinking about this a little bit, Bez Hashem, learning it through, is that there are two in general. A person has kashas, right? So he cut himself. He has a lot of very basic questions. How things work? Does it really matter if I do this or I don't? It's really like, so he has this different kashas in the mood. This happened to him, that happened to him, very often it's very personal. And at a certain point later on, he starts to see, this setback, it really helped me. That setback helped me. This other, I thought this was a setback, this was no setback, this was amazing, that was great. Like, you figured out, like the Rambam says, perhaps in Mordechai, I know you're not allowed to quote that Hashon, but I think it's in Mordechai, the Rambam there, and it's also brought up as far as it's an Erlich Avort, so you can quote it, it's okay. The philosophy we don't touch. But if it's brought on the Sefer, I think, we learn Mordechai, it's a dangerous book. So you should learn it, fine, but like the Gra, and they're not very anti, but if it's a good word, it's a good word. This is somebody who broke his leg. Someone came to this guy and he said, I think it's the Mordechai, not the expert, that's for sure. So he said, oh, he broke your leg. So the person's like, how do you know? Who knows if it's never? Who knows? She said, then people came to draft. The drafters came. Even about a person taken to a war that he probably wasn't going to survive. And this guy has a broken leg. So he's like, it works out that, yeah, but is it bad, the broken leg, or is it good, the broken leg? Let's see what happens. Let's put it in context and we'll see. The broken leg might have saved his life. literally saved his life. Everyone died, and he didn't die. You never know. You know, my grandfather was supposed to run to his unit in World War II, and the boat broke down. Like he got there, the one guy missed the boat, whatever. He's not honest, and it broke. He had serious problems. He missed his whole unit. Everyone died except him. Everyone. So at the time, he's like, "This is terrible. I miss my unit. People are gonna be angry at me," and that saved his life. It was good. It wasn't bad. That's you know, you don't know. So a person later, he was in katnus. That's why they kasha. So if he's emunah, he gets to a higher place. He's like, I don't understand, but fine, I trust Hashem. Very simple. So he gets this place in gadlus, right? Then he has this place that's called katnus beis. Now that he gets the old kashas, some of them, but he has other kashas. But now he's in katnus beis, a higher bechina. He's got bitachon. You saw katnus beis bechina bitachon. Why? Because katnus beis is about what's katnus beis? Katnus beis means the second katnus means that I'm able to, like, I remember that I had tirutzim, I had answers to my old kashas, so I believe, I trust in Hashem. I'll figure it out, I won't, but could be I'll come with answers. And then you get to gadlus beis, you start getting answers to the deeper and harder questions that were bothering you. And then you get to the bechina of katnus gimel, gadlus gimel. So bechina of shvuas, you have to be a little more nefesh to Hashem. And you get to this place about much higher bechina of gadlus. When you understand that even though I don't understand, I know it's true. I know it's all 100,000,000% true. In the deepest level, it's as if I answered. We have such a deep, profound emunah. That was one way of explaining this katnus aleph, gadlus aleph, katnus beis, gadlus beis, katnus gimel, gadlus gimel, and it all fits in like in chachma, bina, and das, whatever we spoke about, however it works. So I'm not going to go into that cheshbon now. I think it's a little too complicated for this particular thing. But I want to say one other thing as well. There's another possible way of using that with Nosson to explain it, which you could say that the aleph, the bechina of katnus aleph, gadlus aleph is in nayid, it's the bechina of asiyah, of actions. Meisim. So a person on a very low level, he has kashas about, do I need to do this? Do I need to do this? Is this going to help me? You know, so the chutz is like, you do it, you'll figure it out. So the person who does it, he goes from katnus aleph to gadlus aleph. At least he knows clearly, listen, this I need to go to minyan, I need to daven, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to learn, there are things he gets it. So, but that's only a meisim. Then you have the bechina that's called chagas. That's more, one way of looking at that is more bechina of speech. The bechina of speech. You have also katnus and gadlus. Doesn't matter how I speak, doesn't matter what I say, lashon hara, sheker, this and that. At a certain point he gets it. He's like, no, you got to take a tirchot. You say sheker stuff. You distance yourself from Hashem. You speak these thoughts, that speech. It can make you mess up in meisim. So it says, I'll teach in the picha, the hafis b'sorcha that are makbid. Sometimes a person speaks words that are not proper words, and that can mess them up.
They can mess what up?
Mess them up. A person can speak incorrectly, and that can make them fall in maisa, even if they didn't mean to. That's the way it works. They break. The Ramak brings in terms of world. Brought another other place. Understand different things. Ramak brings this idea as well. Very much. Don't say things. Be careful what you say. Speech is a koch. And then you have the bechina of machshava and dveikas, bechina higher bechina. So that's katnus aleph, gadlus aleph. And katnus beis, gadlus beis is more in the diburim. Using the time to learn Torah, speaking the proper thought, good words and not negative words. And then the bechina of katnus gimel, gadlus gimel on shvuas, that's already in a deep dveikas. That's what shvuas is about. Shvuas is about just bechina where you can't express again like we were speaking before. Like Nosson says this idea that the Haftorah, the Torah reading on Shavuos is not Torah, which is an experience you can't even express what happened there. Saw the koilus, heard they heard things you can't hear, heard what they saw, and saw what they could hear. Like it sounds very strange, right? What does this mean? You know, and of course the old Malbim, right? Someone asked the Malbim, what does this mean? You saw, heard, it says the Biblia is what? You saw the koilus. When you saw the koilus. So the Malbim, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's for somebody like you. He's like, why? Because it says loy sirtzach. Loy in Hebrew, means don't. But also loy with a vav means kill him. Loy signal, steal from him. Loy sinav, never do zaver with this one. So he's like, for you it said lo and aleph. Don't. Do not kill. Do not steal, etc. That's what the Malbim hit the guy. Like very nice, but like Lemais, it's a revelation we kids, so we can't express. We don't understand what's going on, right? It's very, very high, and that Torah also. Ma'aseh Mekavim, Yechezkel, very high thing. We don't understand what's going on there. Unbelievable, highest thing possible. I'm talking about Kabbalah, the Ma'aseh Mekavim, the deepest, wonderful thing. So It's not a partial thing because what happens to Shavuos again. So you get this katnus where you're able to like get to this place of you're in this diminished state where you don't get it. You get to this place of emunah, and you get to this place of this high bechinas. You're able to take this aura of dveikus that you can't even express. Hashem should be zocher to bring in the Eretz Pesach and all these beautiful things. Bamidbar usually is the parsha before Matan Torah, and that is because the reason why Bamidbar is before Matan Torah is because we have to make ourselves like a midbar. First of all, get to our nava, and second of all, you want to get to this place of again this kido resin. You have all these things, and you have all these things because that's going to bring in the or of Shavuos the way it's supposed to be. And Nosson, generally speaking, is the parsha that is after Matan Torah, and that's why the Zer is very long. There, the Rosh stage very long. It's very lengthy because you got a Kabbalah Torah. This year, I think it's Motzi Shabbos, no Shavuos, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
Right? I believe Shavuos.
Wow, אז עושים קודש לקודש?
Shavuos is Motzi Shabbos. So, yes, it's Kodesh LeKodesh. So, Shavuos Motzi Shabbos. So, the Indian is that in Eretz Yisrael at the very least. I don't know, I'm not sure. It might be regular.
It's Sunday.
No, but in Eretz Yisrael, I don't know that they have the same part. They did Bahar B'chukoysa last week.
They catch up. I think that's when they catch up.
They caught up? I don't remember. I don't know. It doesn't matter. One with at least in Eretz Yisrael, wherever it is.
They catch up by Midbar, I think.
Okay, Kenzai. But you have it could be with Bahar B'chukoysa. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I think I even looked. I don't remember. But you have this bechina of Nosson first. With this tremendous ribuy of Torah before Matan Torah. There's a tremendous koyach. There's even more koyach, even more ability to access these areas of katnus and gadlus, and get to this place of gadlus, which is moichin, connection to Hashem.
Indeed.